Remember that little hip hop trivia thing we did some years ago?
Yeah.
I felt like there was like some bars that had to be rapped. Some Kanye bars, and you took that question over. You did like the whole verse when it wasn't asked for.
It probably was this one. I know this one.
That's what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure it was this one.
It had to be this one. This is one of the ones I know like off the bat for sure.
Yeah, because you was like...
That's another thing about the music game right now. The music that's coming out, do I call it good music? But it's not enough for me to like memorize a song.
Well, that's also because you're past that time in your life.
True.
There's a window of time where that happens for you, and even if this song dropped today, you wouldn't know it like you did in 2004.
I also feel like my son, my stepson, he listens to Rolly 17 times in a day. Hey, can you play Rolly again? Like, bro, we just listened to it on the way here. Why am I listening to that again?
Well, my kids' playlist is pretty popping because it's all our shit. So,
I got you.
Yeah,
they're gonna call them outdated by the time it gets to it. I'm a little far away.
These might be your headphones because I've never had this type of experience.
Like it sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Those are yours, I think you brought with you. Anyway, I want to welcome y'all to the You Wasn't Outside podcast on the Grown Folks Podcast Network. I'm one of your hosts, not doing the most normal ass Carl. To my front, I am my man at Just Lex. And together we form
and this Lex
Voltron.
My man.
Look, we got to get some new ones now. You know what I mean? New setup, new us. Yeah, man. So I went to San Luis Obispo. Look, there's not a lot to talk about out there, right? And I went out there, played golf and everything, and just chill with my boy and everything. And we could have potted last week. I decided that I was gonna give you a break. You know what I mean, to make you miss it. You know, a little bit. But I got home Saturday, so I left Friday. And he went and he got a Tesla, but he lives out in, like San Luis Obispo, Atascadero area, which is heavily red in my opinion, right? Just being out there. Even though it's by the beach, it's a different beach over there.
The thing is, you were speaking on politics, and I was like, oh, there's a lot of Bloods out there.
Nah. Well, shit. There's another gang out there. But anyway, so while we was out there, he was like, yeah, I got to go pick my car from San Jose. I was like, bro, I just spent 6 hours in the car, and San Jose's 3 hours from here. I was like, on the there and back, I'd be home right now. And I got like what do you call control issues, like when people are driving, and there's a lot of hills and shit. And so he's hitting the turns like he lived there. You know what I mean? Like, like coming down from like Alpine or somewhere, you coming off the mountain, hitting them windy, or going to Sequan. He hitting them turns at like 50. I was like, you know what? I'm not driving in the pitch black with him because I'm going to be up the whole time. I might as well just drive home. So I got home around 10 o'clock Saturday. So to y'all that was saying like, man, they ain't give us no episode, I thought about it and I said, fuck it. I'm not doing it.
They're going to blame him anyway.
Yeah, they're going to blame me. They're going to blame me or him anyway. So I took the bullet. So you can't really just blame Lex. I could have did it, but... Also, I wanted some time to relax on the Sunday, not do shit, because I knew, yesterday I was going to be fixing this shit up. But let's get into the episode, man. I'm not going to sit here and complain too long. Go ahead, hit my hand claps for me, big dog. We're going to knock out some random shit to fill in time. Excuse me. Cold weather getting my nose ready.
Cold weather, it's like 80 degrees outside.
In the morning. Hey, how'd you spend time with your family when you were young? Started out the bat. Like, and I'm not saying like quality. Like, what did it look like when you spent time with them when you were young?
It was kind of I don't know. I've always felt kind of like a little outcast-ish.
Okay. Because
I was a little different than.
But what are these times that you've seen them? Like what? Like, was it usually for birthdays, holidays, or was there family reunions?
Well,
I don't think I've ever asked you that. Like, have you ever been to a family reunion?
No, we don't. I don't. My family ain't that big over, like, at least on my mom's side. Like when it comes to the Riverside, like anytime we did like family stuff, it had to be with like Riverside people, and so that'll be like on some random. Yeah, stuff like that. So we go up to Riverside for a little bit and, maybe do a couple activities. when I was younger. But yeah, when I'm here, there's not like we don't even really eat together. There's no family time. We don't really go nowhere. We don't do nothing.
Y'all never did like family vacations?
Nah. My mom used to say like when I was young, my house was like the spot. So there's always somebody there. People spend the night, whatever it is. And my mom said she kind of let that happen to kind of compensate for the fact that we don't do nothing. We don't go nowhere. You know what I mean? So she's like, that was kind of like her way of trying to, at least that's what she said. So I was like, I ain't even tripping.
Did she even go on vacation? Or like her vacation was staying home?
No, she ain't no vacation. The first time I went somewhere was like Vegas when I was 15 with Johnson's family.
That was the first time you left the county?
No, that's the first time I went like, oh, is this like a vacation?
No, that's the first time you left the state.
If you don't count Mexico.
Yeah, I mean, that's leaving the country. At that point. Yeah. Passport stamp.
Yeah, other than that, yeah, that's the first time I left state.
Okay. Well, on my side, we used to go like my mom and dad like to go on cruises and shit, or we would fly to Atlanta and everything. But usually our family get-togethers usually come around like the holidays, and I would go like with my aunt and stuff like that when it was like my mom was at work or something, or like my dad and mom had like a night out. But you know, we've gone places and stuff like that. But as far as like family groups together, what kind of brought this to my attention is that we're getting ready to take a family trip. And so I was thinking like, yo, when's the last time like my mom, my grandmother, and everybody all went somewhere together? And I was like, damn, I'm tracing that back to like when I was my kids' age. You know what I mean? Where we were all together in the same space. So it's kind of weird now that we're coming back as adults. Same like the Doug TV show. I guess Doug is coming back. So you know what I mean? Like it's like I was thinking about like just coming back to like my childhood as an adult, and Doug reminds me of coming back to my childhood. But we're going to Grand Turk. We're going to Puerto Rico. And a few other places sometime next year. I'm not going to say when, but we're going to a few of those other places. And, you know, my kids are going. And, you know, like I said, Chris is, you know, he's worried about tornadoes. And now it's hurricanes and shit like that. So he thinks of every natural disaster for whatever place we're going to. Right
I did have a hurricane lesson for them the other day. They saw like on the thing, they saw the spinning circle with the eye, and they were like, "What is that?"
Yeah.
But they like it when I break it down like with actual scientific terms. They don't want me to just give them some bullshit answer.
Yeah,
well, at least Zeke does. Zeke's just like, for real. But Zeke wants all the terminology. He wants to be able to spit it back to you and whatnot. So
yeah, I think like with him, I think you can't bullshit him. You got to tell bro the truth.
Well, because he's like, oh, do we got to worry about hurricanes? I said, you know, normally I'd say no. But you might.
You might have to at some point.
You might have to.
Look, I'm not used to sitting in this bitch. I'm telling you right now, I'm trying to figure it out. But this might work for me for a little bit. Because goddamn.
Yeah, you got the mom hip going on.
Real sassy.
Fist on it.
Yeah, bro, I was just thinking like family trips, man. I'm trying to do more of them.
It's hard to do right now too. Everything up.
Yeah, everything.
You know what I mean?
Gas. The line up the hill is crazy, right?
They just been doing that thing with the whole. You know, California signed the $20 minimum wage from like, so they're like, oh, McDonald's double cheeseburger gonna be like $4 or $5.
So what I do, I told y'all this in the chat. I'll go to McDonald's and take the sausage off of the sausage egg McMuffin, right? Real crazy things, right? But I take the hash brown. You hate that, huh? You can't listen to Drake. I take the hash brown and I throw it on top. So, you know, but that shit is $11 for the two the 2 for $5. That's why I brought it up. It's 2 for $11.
That's what I'm saying. You might well keep like throw the sausage on the side and give it to the family. Don't just because I was saying this.
They're not gonna eat that.
Just last night, just last night, I'm like, hey, you know, they don't make it cheaper just because you take off some key ingredients.
No, that don't work at the taco shop either.
You know what? I fucking hate the taco shop.
They still gonna hit you.
Because I literally can save like $3.50 on just basic sour cream.
On the shit that you just take. Yeah, exactly.
And, oh man, it's irritating.
I'm like, yo, no pico, no guacamole. Like, that should be $1, like $3, like you said, $3.
Like, I get the Cali, right? It got the sour cream on it. I don't want it.
Right.
She get the carne asada. It ain't got no sour cream. Can you take the Cali sour cream and put it on that?
They ain't doing that.
And they be like, no, what I can do is I can say no sour cream on yours and I can add shit to hers. And it's like $3.50.
Yeah, they not doing that.
Y'all wild.
First of all, I don't want to punch that in. If I'm them, right? You like, all right, on this one, you want X, Y, and Z. But yeah, all right. I got another one. Is it wrong to use a handicap spot for a few minutes outside of a store when the parking gets full?
I mean, we know we went to jail over that.
I'm saying a liquor store stop. We stopped off at a mall. We didn't go to jail. I didn't go to jail.
No.
Someone we know. Matter of fact, motherfucker back in jail again.
I was close.
He was heading down that path. But do you think it's wrong? So the story I read that this lady.
I can't say it's wrong because I know I've done it.
Okay, I do it. It's not that.
But I have to know and be like if I ran in there thinking it was quick and there was a long line, then I'll probably be like, all right, let me chill. But for the most time, like, yo, I've been here all the time. Ain't nobody ever in this fucking spot.
Yeah, I'm talking about like a liquor store or a 7-Eleven or something like that. Something quick because there's parking all around the shit. So it's just as close as any other handicap parking that's there.
I do remember. So, or you had to go ahead and get your story off.
So no, where I got this from was that this dude's mom had a stroke. Right, he was taking her to her doctor's appointment. He was letting her get out the car. Obviously, you're having a stroke, you're gonna have some physical ailments, right? And so, some lady came and knocked on his window and was like, "Yo, why are you parked here? Oh, I'm dropping my mom off. You're not supposed to be here. You need a placard to be here." And everyone down in the comments section was like, "Yeah, you're in the wrong, bro, because you were supposed to have a placard." And I was like, "Yo, these got to be a bunch of Karens." You know what I mean? Because like, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I'm not handicapped. You know what I mean? But usually that parking spot is open.
I got the cops called on me for it.
Where were you at?
I was at the Walgreens over there on Plaza.
The police showed up?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It was like, matter of fact, it was like,
I can't get them to show up when people are outside my house at night.
Here's the thing. It wasn't even like business hours. Like the whole strip is closed except for this, right? There's parking everywhere. I rolled up. We weren't an emergency, but I was like, all right, I'm trying to get in and out because I'm taking care of 2 drunk people and shit like that. And I pulled up and then they blocked me in so the cops could come.
Wow.
And I'm like, yo, y'all serious? Now, luckily, I don't remember if the cops gave me a ticket or not. I don't think so.
They should have given you an opportunity to move, though.
But I'm like, yo,
well, you got a citizen's arrest.
that was pretty much what they was trying to do.
Bro got a citizen's were they white?
Yeah.
Oh man, white on white crime is crazy.
And I was sitting there like, and the thing is, it was the one spot. I was like, yo, I can maneuver out this bitch. Like, I don't care.
Easy money.
But there was such a big curve and stuff like that.
They was like, what are you doing?
Like,
if they hit you with what are you yo, citizen's arrest. Yo, what are you doing? Hey, what are you doing? Hey, stop.
I was trying to like not make too big of a scene because the people I was with.
No, are you wrong if you popped him?
I was thinking about it.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you're impeding me from going somewhere with your vehicle, am I wrong for popping you?
Because it wasn't like they said you're not supposed to be here and then they wouldn't give me the opportunity to move. They waited until I finished what I was doing inside and then came back and was like, oh, you did. Like, hey, I'm about to back out now, right? Then I look in their car. It's not like they had a handicap placard and was waiting on a spot.
Yeah.
There was more than one open handicap spot. There was nobody in the parking lot.
That's crazy.
Outside of the people who worked there who parked, a little bit further away. And I'm like, damn, this is the one spot I can't really maneuver out of because there's so much like high curbage. And
you said National City.
National City.
Oh, the one by the taco shop in that parking lot right there?
Yeah, so I'm like,
God damn. And you found a white person that blocked it? Yo, that's wild.
And and it was like midnight. And I'm sitting there
How old were they?
I don't remember that. I couldn't tell you if they showed up or like what they looked like or nothing.
But the police did.
But I'm sitting here like, yo,
National City
I
PD.
would pop off on them, but I was trying to protect the people I was with because like they all had something on them or a warrant or something like that. So I'm just trying to make sure like there's no scene. Because I'm thinking, okay, the cops are going to show up and be like, yeah, this is a ridiculous thing. I don't even know why we're here. And I think that's kind of what happened because I don't remember getting a ticket or nothing. But at the same time, I was like, yo, like I was trying to get in and out and that shit was like an hour and a half fiasco.
That's wild, bro. Ain't no way nobody doing that. Like I said, like if I do it, it's usually because I'm in and out. right? 2 minutes, even if you had to wait in the car for 2 minutes for me to come out, cool. If it means that much to you to save 140 steps, you can wait 20, especially because there's no parking. Why do I need to park all the way down on the street? Because y'all don't have access right here. Y'all won't make this parking lot better. Is it me? You could cut a hole in the strip mall or something like that so people could get, quicker access. That's how I feel about going to take my kids to school. Fam, I got to walk across a park a quarter mile every day to get them to school or sit in traffic the whole time.
Oh, you drop them off on that side?
Yeah, I have to. I have no choice.
It's way too popping on that.
It's way too cracking, bro. And
yeah,
then you got to deal with safety patrol. Look, look, I value safety patrol. But fuck that shit, man. I'm not trying to deal with safety patrol,
right.
man.
Because when I got dropped off there, but I walked up the street on the main drag.
Yeah, like I got to take them physically into class because of their age right now. So that's how they do it now. So it's like I got to make the walk.
Yeah, they didn't care back then.
Nah.
I just rolled up Dolo.
Oh, look, I be looking at older kids, man. Like,
y'all
can't be fucking more mature and shit so I can just send you off at the fence. But I can't trust them. They be squirrel and then just be going somewhere else. I did do some like some real like white dad shit the other day though. Because
what's that mean?
I'm gonna tell you, no. You're of the culture. I'm talking about in your neighborhood, those dads. So I seen a dude. He looked a little suspect coming out of his car. Didn't see no kid coming out, right? But he was dressed like like some
like
of the
Blippi?
ones. No, he was dressed like the ones you got to be worried about that be coming in here like on some like hook shit, right? And I don't want to say the whole name. I don't want to offend anyone. So like bro start walking. So I'm like driving off. It's like, nah, let me hit this U-turn real quick. I hit a U-turn just to make sure. I guess he was driving in the car with no kid, with his kid not in the seat because he wasn't tall enough to see in the window. But like, I was like, oh yeah, I've hit a whole another level of wash right now. So yeah, man. Next one. Is it okay for your girl to call your parents for money without your knowledge?
She could try.
But would you feel a way about that?
Yeah.
Like, hey, look, we fell on hard times. He's too afraid to ask you. These sound like some words that may actually be used, but like he's afraid to ask you. But hey, look,
these are kind of hard.
Now I know this will never happen, right? But
because my mom would be like, "Man, I was about to call y'all and let me hold something." It's really hard for me to vision that. But
I personally wouldn't have an issue with it, just because if I'm still working and shit, because maybe I'm busy. But if I'm at home trying to figure it out and you undercut me like that, then we gonna have an issue. But see, I'm the type where, like, personally, I wouldn't reach out to her family for too many things outside of daycare, right? Like, if it's daycare, cool, and I try to make it feasible. Her mom and dad don't have a vehicle, so it's like, yo, when we gone, y'all can use the car. You go wherever you want. They take off early in the morning, start jet setting, right? And I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? But other than that, I don't really ask them for anything. But I can see where that could be a point of contention for some people in regards to like, asking for money and stuff.
Communication.
It's a big deal. Here's the thing. What is the most historically significant event you have seen in person? I thought about that.
In person.
And I thought so while you're thinking about that, what I thought about, I don't have one off the top of my head still to this day. And when I realized, I was like, yo, I really make my historical events that I keep in like my bank, like usually sporting events or like a vacation travel shit. But then I was like, damn, like I missed the inauguration of like Barack Obama. That would have been a dope historical event.
Okay, so
to
that
go
we
to.
just seen. Oh no, that you were there in person.
Yeah,
not like that we
you were
lived
there.
through.
Exactly.
I can't say like 9/11 because I live watched on TV.
Yeah, you wasn't there, but like something that you like. What now? The funny part about this is that the shit that we about to get off is about to be some whack shit.
Yeah, I ain't
like Up in Smoke.
Hey, don't do that. Don't do that.
It means something to you, but that's not like. It's not like crazy dope though. You know what I mean? Like
all right, man.
It's a small niche thing. I'm just saying. In the grand scheme of things, what historical event? Bro, they're not going to write about the Up and Smoke tour in our fucking history textbooks or whatever 80 years from now. They're not. It's not Woodstock. Woodstock is the only thing I know that people talk about saying it was crazy or whatever. And I think that's because it was outside of social norms. That's just me saying that.
Oh, man.
That's wild, huh? When you think about it. Look, the best thing I got for you is like maybe a playoff game.
Historical events.
Yeah, a playoff game. That's it.
Or maybe
the wildfires in San Diego. Like I saw that in person. That's a big deal. That's a natural disaster, but still.
I don't know if that's as big as
I don't even know if it was natural. I can't remember.
I think.
Hey, we recording right now. Everybody can hear you. They be like, man.
I was in. All right, so you know how they brought Bin Laden over here and they dropped him off in the water?
Explain that.
So when they killed Bin Laden
back
in like 2011.
Yes. Damn, was that long ago?
Yeah, they flew him here.
Oh, they wanted the ID.
They dropped him in the water, in our water. I happened to be in the water when they were doing that.
Are you serious?
Yeah, we were spreading my ashes.
So they dropped him in the water to retrieve him, or they just put him in the bottom of the ocean.
The thing is, I can't really confirm how historical event this was because it's like it happened, but some people
I don't think people know that. Yeah, I don't think it know
But like when he was delivered. Like that plane was flying over me while I'm in the water, and then they said they dropped him in that water to like. I was like, why would they dispose of him like that? I don't know I don't know like for sure the actual story, but I was there the day he arrived.
Can you imagine like? Oh, now again, I'm not championing anything that he did. I want to make sure I say that, not for you, but for the listeners. Can you imagine dropping your op in the ocean? Like that's kind of crazy because there are people that value him on his side of the country. So like we're just adding to the rage. Like they just dropped his ass in the water and shit like that. Let's go get these Americans, right? They'd be on some shit like that, I'm sure, which is crazy. But like that is kind of wild. It is a historical event because they tried for 9 years trying to find this dude, bro. He was going from hut to hut to cave to cave.
It was more than that. They were trying to get him before 9/11. He was still on the wanted list.
He wasn't number one though. He became public enemy number one though when all the events took place.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't think I've been around anything really historical.
I think it's shit like that though. Think about it. Like Bin Laden is like the ideology of like killing ants outside of their home. Bear with me. You spray him, yeah, that's cool. We got rid of him. That's public enemy number one. But we didn't talk about the others that he produced that's down underground that we don't see in numbers.
Oh, yeah, we don't use spray at my house no more. We do the shit. We got this liquid we put out where they don't kill him. They ingest it. They take it back.
Yeah.
They give it to the
orange
homies,
box.
And they all die wherever they at.
Orange box.
It's clear.
Yeah.
We don't want too many crazy colors in the house.
Oh,
we'll keep the color schemes right.
The box is orange, but it's the little tray thing is clear.
It's a clear, yeah.
Yeah, that shit work.
It do.
You got to bear with the ants being there for a little bit, but that shit work.
But you ain't got to clean those streaks. You ain't got to worry about raid on your shit.
None of that.
He'll literally be gone. You won't even know they was there.
Like 2 days. They take about 2 days. They got to make sure they travel. I read up on that because I was like, whoa, why is shit not faster?
Hella work. 5-star review.
It's like they got to be able to make it home with the food, so we don't want to put too much. I said, I get the logic. I'm with that. Last one. ChatGPT is fire. Look, bro, I know you're afraid of it, but you got to give it a go. I got our random facts to fill in time. What do
I do in my life to where I got to use ChatGPT?
You pod. like that's the crazy part. You have a podcast. You can come up with so much interesting content.
So I ask it, give me some content, and
it looks like a WhatsApp situation. So for those who don't know, here's where I got to this. Fuck. Am I going to give it away too fast? I watched the documentary and realized that we have 4 extinction level events that humans think that they know of right now, right? And so of the 4, I was like, shit, if this is the 5th one, it's happened before. It's part of life to have extinction level events.
Let's go.
And life evolves and shit.
Here we go.
All right. So gear up. Download the app.
No.
Get ready for the fight because it's here, right? But it looks like WhatsApp. You ask it a question and then it generates information for you. So I put together a whole golf guide book for people that that ask me questions about golf. And I just asked it main questions and I put it together. I just started sending it to them. I got our facts for our episode off of this. It's like Google on steroids that answer specific things like that you're asking it.
There you go.
It's very accurate. If you wanted to ask it to generate something for you, a song or something, now I can see where the creativity and the music and shit like that. But people been using ghostwriters and having multiple people on songs for a long time. Why not use AI to do it?
Yeah, I'm not sitting here saying that ChatGPT can't.
What do you hate about it? I want you to go on record to tell me what you specifically hate about it.
Well, I hate the fact that it's smarter than everything. And then it'll eventually develop feelings.
You don't want it to belittle you?
It'll eventually develop feelings, and those feelings are going to be programmed by what they see, which is American. And American is all about war and conflict. And then they're going to take over, and they're going to just use what we do against us at a way more efficient rate. Get us the fuck out of here.
I don't think we've uploaded consciousness yet into a machine, though.
But the thing is, the consciousness that will be uploaded or that it'll learn is based on what it knows. And if it knows nothing but America, then we in trouble. And this is all the extinction level events that you're talking about. This is the first one that's brought up. That's not like a natural event. Like, this is happening because we're doing it.
No, okay. So let's hit my hand class. We'll get into what I'm talking about then, because you're gonna get me in the deep and then pause. But you're gonna get me in the deep, and I'm gonna be like, yo, man, like, let me tell you about why. So shows to watch. I watched Life on Our Planet.
Oh,
just came out.
Fire.
That's
woo.
Nah. You ready? Nah. I'm gonna add more.
I already know.
What is the one voice that you know that's always gonna fucking get you in the mood for whatever he says?
Oh, Morgan did it.
Yo,
if it wasn't David Attenborough, who I thought it was gonna be, it's because Morgan Freeman he narrates an older show called The Universe. So when he talking about the stars and shit, and the cosmos,
like, Morgan in his bag today. But so they talked about 4 extinction level events, and then they talked about. Here's the thing: I still believe in God. Right? I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna just get this out the way now, because this is a point of contention. No, because my wife was like, how do they know this, right? And I was like, well, they look at like the Earth and like the layers and shit like that, right? Mesopotamic and all that shit, so they could tell how old.
You learning from the show?
No, I learned that in elementary school. Shout out to Zamorano Elementary Fine Arts Academy. There we go. But you know about those things. That's crazy, because I haven't looked that shit up or said that word since then.
Mesopotamia.
There's hope for our kids, bro. They might.
It was the wrong use of it, but I was like, all right.
But Mesopotamic era and all that. But they look at that shit.
Yeah.
But I was saying, hey, why couldn't God be testing some shit at that time?
Well,
like, hey, look, let me start with life, and then he started from this small thing and said, oh, let me get to the humans now. Yeah, throw this asteroid in there, we good. But the first one that happened, I want to say that he was talking about was that life started with like living organisms in the ocean, right? Like this, like they said, Earth looked like all the other planets, originally starting out, and then with the rains and all that other shit, and it cooling, the surface cooling off and having oxygen and all those things, plant life started, and then they started, like, the plant life stuff started getting into the ocean, which started like an overproduction of plankton. So all of the animals that were in the ocean, we're only working with, I think, like 5% of what was actually there back in its heyday. Right, they had the Dunklosaurus or whatever, that big ass shark. But basically, they were saying that the plankton got rid of all the oxygen in the ocean, and then all of the sea life died, and then all the ones that like made it through by going to the deep seas of the earth and everything made it out its way, and then made their way on land eventually. All this happening over a course of 500 million years.
Because the reason it took the Earth so long to cool is because they were getting hit by so many meteors and asteroids at the same time. All that is what got the Earth spinning and got the Earth like warm. And then once the atmosphere is created and there's not as much activity going on, it got its chance to cool. But now, because of the middle of the Earth is so warm, that heat coming in from the bottom of the ocean is what allowed life to really start thriving down there to where they can make it up to eventually get on land.
And global warming is not a real thing. This is the first time that it's like a real thing for our lifetime.
No, it's always been a real thing. Didn't I talk about this a couple weeks ago?
No, not really. Not where I could be able to engage with you.
So the Earth, the way it tilts, it goes through these like hundreds of thousands of periods where, the Ice Age was a thing, right?
Right.
So that's because of the way the axis was. And then it goes in and out. There's been several ice ages since the planet has been the planet. So since the last ice age, we are still technically, geologically speaking, coming out of it. Right? So the Earth was going to heat no matter what. What we're doing
is speeding up.
We're speeding it up. So we're born in this like crazy can't even see the number, trillion pocket of time between where we're at in relative to the sun to get everything where we're at relative to how these extinction level events led to us where we're at, to where 1 in trillion sperms made it to the egg, to where we can be born at this specific time of life where we're this close out of an ice age to where us as humans can thrive in our own environment to the point where we can.
Which the time is a slow burn.
It is a slow burn where we can become technologically advanced that this isn't sustainable. Like we're so arrogant because of our ignorance, thinking like, oh, this has always been a thing. Like the arrogance of Americans thinking that 250 years is a lot, like Rome wasn't here for 10,000. The arrogance of humans thinking that it's always going to be a thing. Like, yo, the dinosaurs got knocked out by an asteroid. If it wasn't for that, we probably wouldn't be here.
No.
And so, yeah.
When you think about it,
an asteroid might come and do
yes.
some shit like that. But the thing is, that's the thing. They had to have some fucking God level event knock them out. We over here and we do the shit to ourselves. To where we're getting to that point where it's like, oh, less and less land is going to be sustainable to live. There's going to be less and less land, period. Because
they say New York's sinking right now.
As the ice melts, the ocean's going to rise. That's going to take away some more land.
And we're not in Pangea anymore. Look at my terms. Pangea.
They say that they did some like computer things, and they say they won't call it Pangea no more. But there's another, like, there will be another supercontinent that forms eventually.
From where? They don't know where.
We're gonna come back once the tectonics are gonna do some tectonic shit, and it's gonna come. I forgot what they're gonna call the new supercontinent.
See, that's what my stepson is afraid of, like monsoons and all that other shit. Earthquakes are by far the scariest thing to me. There's nowhere for you to go. Like when I think about it, when the waters rise and shit, high land, thunder and shit like that, we can outrun weather in certain areas or predict where it's going to be based on wind. You can't predict the earthquake. You can't predict the magnitude. You can tell me the San Andreas fault line, that shit can shift depending on what the plates decide on doing. It can hit anywhere at any time. We just don't know what's cooking in the crust right now.
Well, and that's the thing. The earthquakes we're due for a shift as far as like the timing. Like, we don't predict it, but they're like, and we live next to like the biggest faults in the world. But I think we, specifically in San Diego, are as lucky as you can get as far as where that fault kind of
based on what they know.
I'm just talking about on the line of the fault. Like, that's why in 94 when Frisco really got hit, like, we ain't never been through some shit
LA
like
got
that.
hit hard one time too.
Yeah, that whole 94 thing, that's because they were right there. But then the fault turns like towards Arizona and goes to the end of California. So if it does kind of crack or shift where we're going to feel it, it has to travel further to get to like where we're at specifically. Because I mean, shit. Earthquakes don't. I mean, I get it because you're like a typical Californian where like earthquakes
don't do that.
are fucking
Then tell
scary.
me what you're afraid of. Don't just shit on me.
I'm afraid of all the shit that we don't got to deal with.
What's that?
Hurricanes and shit like that. I'm not fucking with that.
I'm not.
I'm scared of water.
Team earthquake.
But I'm also like, I've never lived through that big of an earthquake to where it's really scared me like that.
Yeah, the way they do the animation and graphics on the on that shit. Yeah.
Oh yeah. When I see the animation, I'm like, yeah, that's fucking crazy. I've seen the movies, like,
yeah.
Right, because you can't really get away.
I'm talking about on this specific show. They look with Morgan and those graphics I'm still like, I haven't finished it. I'm not done. I've only got through 4, but look how much it's stood with me. I be watching that shit late at night, bro. She's like, you watching this again? Hell yeah. What the fuck you talking about? Y'all worried about Negroes and gangs and shit and all this other shit, white folks and shit. I'm worried about earthquakes right now.
I used to take notes on those shows, like for leisure. I used to watch like how the earth was made or the universe, something like that. And I used to have my pen and pad out, Cornell
we
notes
deserve
style.
each other.
And I used to take notes. And I used to go like give her a lecture afterward. And be like, yo, this shit is ill. She'd be like, what?
Yeah, like, you don't understand.
Yo, get the fuck out of here.
You don't understand. Let me call my friends real quick. What shows you got to watch?
So I just finished a documentary, Welcome to Rap City.
Like The Basement?
That we grew up on The Basement, but Rap City was the thing long before The Basement.
Okay.
So this is probably a good thing for you to watch. Because Rap City came out in 89.
All right, tell me what it's about.
It's about Rap City.
Okay, well, I don't know the.
So people,
when you say that, I think you're talking about the female rapper.
So for our demographic,
I still got it. That was a bar.
For our demographic, if you grew up watching Rap City, The Basement with Big Tigger, that was like a staple. Like running home after school, trying to catch it real quick. It goes through, the when did it go off air? Like 2008. It goes through like that 19-year period of its thing, and just how important it was, not just to our generation, but the generation before it. And then, I probably stopped watching, a little before Tigger left. And then after that, I probably didn't need to watch it based on what I saw. But yeah, it just goes through its, its humble beginnings in DC, and then how it goes to.
Oh, so it's like specifically on him?
No. He's one of several hosts. That's what I'm saying. You need to watch it.
Oh.
You know him as the host.
I know him as a moment in time.
He's the most popular host. He's the most that's when it was at most, we watched it when it was at its height.
Right.
But there were several before him and a couple after him. And so it's just a little 3-parter.
What's it on?
It's on BET. It's a Mass Appeal production. Mass Appeal is Nas's company. They usually do shit on Showtime. But given given that specific content, it makes sense to be on BET. And 3 episodes, an hour long with commercials. So you're looking at like 2.5 hours of watch.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. That to me sounds very interesting. So I'll give
they'll have a whole pretty much 90% of one episode is dedicated to the basement.
Yeah.
So you get to relive like the booth. And because Tigger's the only one that really freestyled with the people, and how it was a big thing. And then you start looking at the names that were there. Like, these are all big. Like, the rappers of today wouldn't go do that. Like, when you think of us, like right now, this generation's version of the booth for the basement is probably like a Funk Flex freestyle. And then every now and then you'll get somebody up there. But for the most part, people aren't. If they're already up top, they're like, I ain't got no reason to do that because all that's going to do is hurt me.
What would you say? Okay, now I'm going to make it top 3 Rap City moments that you like. Cassidy for me.
Cameron.
G-Unit. That's mine. And actually, you know what? I like Wayne. I like Wayne's The Basement freestyle too.
He's been in there a couple times.
It would have been his last one.
I want to say Cam. I want to say Luda.
Oh, shit. I forgot about that one. And I still can't put him over the 3 I just said.
And Cassie was pretty good. I don't know if I'd put it up there, though. But I do remember
the metaphors that he was spitting at that time. That's why I never really shit on Cass like that.
Cassidy is cool to hate him now because he's real corny when he's like in his like actual battle rap thing.
Yeah,
but
they be killing him.
20 years
he's
ago. He's
outdated, though.
Yeah, because he never really matured his...
He said, my wrist got so many pebbles, Bam Bam couldn't lift it up. That was fire back. It's still fire now. That shit is hard, though. Like, when I think about that, I'm like, bro, he out here killing it, bro.
Yo, Bam Bam?
I was like,
Bam Bam lips up to all of it.
I watched the Flintstones. Yeah, motherfucker was strong as hell. You remember the Flintstones movie? Like, bro, still alive, too. He do Righteous Gemstones.
Bro, still alive? Do you mean John Goodman?
Yeah. My bad. This shit. I don't know all the greats.
The Great Whites.
Yeah, he is considered a great. He made it through several eras.
Yeah, but he definitely in Righteous Gemstones. though he looking old.
Yeah.
He old as fuck.
Yeah, they almost got him.
But he lost
on
a lot of weight too. So
recently.
Well, I mean, on Righteous Gemstones, he's not as big as he was back when he was doing Arachnophobia.
Not at all. They probably the doctor Arachnophobia. All right, man. Let's see what else we got. Hit my hand claps.
Rap City.
Oh, we'll just call this Wild Jobs. So I was just searching, and people were coming up with like different ways people make money, and I thought these were pretty interesting. Man re-raps candy wrappers with retirement logos. And he ended up he made a business out of that. So like, say if you had an office party and you had the giant king size Snickers or whatever, he would just print them out in a machine. Happy retirement, Sarah. Great to work with you for over the last 35 years or whatever. And then he would peel the seals off of the king size candy and then tape his message over the top. And just went around to different companies, like big companies, and was taking them to people. Thought that was pretty interesting. Here was the one that really got me, and I knew you was going to get a little chuckle out of this one. Man used his own credit card for cash-paying customers as a waitress.
Hell yeah. Just lit already.
That's kind of fire.
Yeah.
Like I was like, yo, fam, like, and the one, I was like, yo, where's the downside? The downside is that I didn't know that credit card companies charge establishments for
1.5%.
usage and shit. Yeah.
That's why sometimes they'll say they'll have like a little 50-cent subcharge or whatever to kind of offset that.
So they noticed, so they caught, bro. They ended up finding out because they found out that the usage was high on one particular waiter. And it was him, but he was getting free perks and shit like that. Hey, bro, but 50 cents per charge is kind of what.
I got in trouble with 7-Eleven for that.
Wait, you got to tell the story.
Not for that specifically.
You got to tell the story.
But so
I'm on fire today. Keep going, though. Don't worry.
So back when I was establishing my credit, right, I applied for a bunch of credit cards at the same time because I wanted to take some short-term pain for the long-term gain.
Right.
So all the credit cards I applied for has 0% interest for like a year, 2 years, or whatever it was. And I applied for these specific credit cards because they had a cashback element to them. And so what I would do is everything I buy still to this day is on a credit card, but I don't buy nothing I don't have the cash to pay for, and I just pay it off. But when I have a 0% loan, I won't pay it off, and I'll just pay the minimums for that year. I'll max out the card, and I'll pay the minimums for that year. And then the day before it expires, the promo, I'll pay it off. So while I was doing that, there was a way. I wasn't doing this with any cash paying customers. What I was doing is I was using my credit card with like a cashback element. So I would buy something, and on the screen, on the 7-Eleven screen was called no charge, and where you can just input a dollar amount. Now, the most you can do is $50. So I would do $50. I would pay for it on the credit card, and then I would give myself a cash refund. And so he's being charged, 1% or whatever that is every time I do it. And I was able to do it with one card, like $50 a day on one card. And then I was probably doing it with 2 or 3 cards at the same time. And these limits were probably like anywhere between $1,500 to $2,000. And it took me, a month or two to really to max out all the cards. And then as I paid some of it down, I would still keep it at the max. And he was like, yo, he's like, anybody who's doing this cash back trick shit, stop doing it.
Why? Because he was losing money?
Because he's losing money for it. And I was like, I was just
Did he find you?
Well, I wasn't the only one doing it, but because of what I was doing with the card, I was doing it a lot.
Wait, you was teaching the blacks?
No, I think everybody.
It was all black dudes back then when you worked there at that 7-Eleven. Yo,
no,
if that's not some Robin Hood shit,
it was a versatile bunch.
Okay, all right. Was my man doing it, the singer?
Nah, he didn't really have money. Oh no, he didn't really have money to do it. But yeah,
I would.
No, he was taking cash advances. A lot of people, unfortunately, people was taking cash advances against their check because we getting paid by the week. But yeah, I got in trouble once he went and looked back. He was like, "Man, this shit wild."
How did he figure out it was you?
Because when he really wants to find something, he'll sit there all day and look at some camera footage. But I was like, "Yo, this is why I'm doing it." He's like, "Yeah, I get it, man, but you got to understand how much I'm being charged for it." I was like, "All right, my bad. I thought you had it." Luckily, I got to the point where I didn't need to do that part.
But now you understand. He probably didn't have it. He probably was making just enough.
No, yeah, for sure. But
I'll be looking at business owners. People look at business owners and feel like you're going to get rich. Like, no, some people just like make enough to sustain what they would have made if they worked a corporate job without all the bullshit.
Yeah, them small business owners, especially something like a 7-Eleven, when you really look at the contracts of the franchisees as they develop. Because what I found out from him was like, I was like, "Yo, you good though? Because you started this shit back in like the late 80s. He's like, "Yeah, but once the contract's expired, like you got to re-up with the new, like you're not grandfathered into nothing. Like you have to constantly renegotiate." Oh, I said,
and
that's
that percentage get a little
higher. I was like,
higher.
"Oh, so you doing this in 2015? I was like, "Oh yeah." He's like, "Man, if I would have went, if I didn't do this, I was going to go work for Coca-Cola. I'd probably be sitting prettier if I was doing that." I was like, "Damn, for real?"
Yeah, see?
He was like, "Yeah, don't do this."
Look, take it from me. I mean, even you, right? You're a businessman and so many aspects, right? And you've had different businesses, man. Like I talked a little bit about it with my wife. Like, yo, man, like we have to advertise, right? Because like her income means something because our expenses have gone up because she makes more money, right? And so like but I want to buy another house too. So like I got to make sure I save more.
Someone's got to pay for Puerto Rico.
Yeah, man. And well, we chipping in together on that one. Ain't no way. When they hit me with that total, and then passports is $200.
I just got one.
Shit, me too. Where you go?
Wait, 200.
That's two. I got the card too because the real ID, I would still have to pay for it, but I don't need a real ID if I get the passport card. The passport card don't work on the ship, but it work in domestic travel. So I was like, she's like, it's extra $30, but still, that's $190. Like I walked out of there with $220, and the kids, there ain't no discounts. I'm like, yo, y'all getting away with murder. I remember these motherfuckers being like $110. But
when I got my passport in 09, it was $85.
That's crazy. Inflation, bro. And then to have the nerve. So I went to the one in Lemon Grove where the Target is. They was like, so Buddy was in there. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Active.
It's rough over there. Even, but here's the thing. What I'm telling you is this customer service lined up with it too. I hated going to Rancho Bernardo after. It hurt my soul to do that.
Rancho Bernardo.
But I'm gonna tell you why I got there. It's a wild story, right? Not too wild. So we get in there. It's me and my dad. It's a Monday or whatever. And when we get in there, the lady's like, we're standing in line, and me and him were talking, and there's a dude behind the cashier counter. Bro's like, he's like, hey, y'all don't see the sign? The sign was like 40 yards away, right? He's like, it's got big letters. The letters ain't that big if I'm 40 yards away, big dog. But nah, it says, oh, we don't do passports on Mondays, Tuesday through Thursday from 8 to 3.
Oh, I thought he was going to say we don't serve your kind.
Nah. He was like a Puerto Rican dude, big dude, though. He was solid, like a big. So I was like, you know what? All right, we good. So he was like, you know what? He was like, if she don't have an appointment or whatever, y'all can just stick around for a little bit. And if they don't show up. I was like, who the fuck's not showing up to their passport appointment, especially if y'all talking about it's a month out?
You'd be surprised.
Nah, I'll make it. Well, here's the thing. I wasn't surprised, right? So he shows me the list. He's like, Rancho Bernardo, though, they take walk-ins Monday through Saturday. I was like, well, I ain't got work right now. I took off this day specifically to handle business because we got to get this done. I was like, I don't mind. I got an electric car, bro. Right. I'll drive to Rancho Bernardo. Bro ain't got nowhere to be. So we sit there for like 45 minutes. Old girl's taking forever on this one person, this one group, 45 minutes, right? She walks in the back, right? He's like, hey, let me take y'all a picture real quick. We just get the process speed up. He's like, you guys got everything that you need to fill out and everything. That's cool. So bro proceeds to take me and my dad's pictures. I was like, oh, this is dope. We about to get this shit done. Baby don't come out, right? He's like, yeah, she taking her break. I said, it's 11. I was like, what she need a break for? They all opened up at 8. It's only 3 hours. Like, if it's me, I want to get done, right? So she comes out. Another girl's like, yeah, it's 11:45, right? Girl comes in. Another guy comes in. Their appointment's at 12:15, 12. I was like, oh, we got 15 minutes to get this done. It don't seem like it's that hard. You just type some shit in. She just takes them up without even taking me and my dad. Now, my dad from a different time. I'm like, yo, dog, let's go. He's like, wait, man, the man took our picture. No, I said, let's go. I was like, I'm not waiting. That lady didn't say a word to us. I'm not messing with her. We go to Rancho Bernardo. That shit take 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. White lady come in. She said, where you work at? I tell her what I work. She said, I got a few questions to ask you. I said, oh, we ain't good now. Right? She being nice. My dad being extra him. you know. What's going on? he being extra. She told him 7 times to stop taking his ID. He kept trying to put it in his wallet and shit. But she was cool. But yeah, the process is not that tough. I didn't know they take your birth certificate though.
Yeah, I went to the little expedited library at the mall.
Chula Vista?
At Otai.
Yeah.
That shit was like 10 minutes.
But you had to, so you did
Less
a walk-in?
10 minutes.
Or
yeah.
you had to do the appointment the day before?
No, actually I did have an appointment. But they had appointments like, it's real quick.
Oh, that's dope.
But let me tell you something. If you ever need to go to the Social Security office without an appointment.
I ain't doing that. I don't even know where they at. I try not to go.
That is a day-long event.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like going to the DMV. Oh, it's worse.
No,
it's worse.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, oh, this is worse than the DMV.
Bro, I can't. So I have to deal with him at work. You too, huh?
Yeah.
Bro.
But I never had to go.
It took us 8 months to get a policy on what we was doing. I was like, fam, you can't call them? There's like, nah, like, I don't even know who they called to get in contact.
So what happened was, like, there's an issue with my middle name in the system, right?
Oh, shit. Sound like my dad.
My birth certificate
my
says
dad's,
one thing.
Wait. Before you say that, quick hitter. My dad's been telling me his whole life and my mom that his middle name is Eugene. I can say that now because that's not his middle name. He does not have a middle name. It's not on his birth certificate. This whole time he's been writing Eugene. My mom called me Eugene. Yeah, well, but that shit is nowhere on there. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
So
Yours is not on there either?
No. So I have 2 middle names on my birth certificate, but my Social Security card only got 1. Now, the reason it's frustrating is because at work, I've been in this system for a decade. This has never been an issue, and now all of a sudden, y'all want to get all, hey, the epidemic, the pandemic led to all this fraud. We don't know who you are. Like, what you mean you don't know me? And so I went out. I was like, well, I got to get it done now. The first appointment, at least down in my area, is like 6 weeks out. I'll go do the walk-in. Like, all right. So I get there at like 9. Man, I ain't walk out that bitch till like 2 something.
That's serious, bro. I can't do that.
Yeah. And I'm like, damn.
But you planned your whole day of being there? You knew what you was in for?
Not the whole day. I thought I was going to be there the first half.
How long did it take you to do what you was actually doing, though?
8 minutes.
Woo! Hey, but you know what? With all the people coming in, 8 minutes does add up to a lot, and people taking breaks.
Because I ain't never had. Well, that's the thing. They had 25 windows. Only 4 were open.
Oh.
And I'm like,
and you was thinking that the whole time, like, all you got to do, dog, is open up 5 of these Johns. Hey, but somebody called out. Or they low on staff.
And by the time I started getting towards the front, I was like, oh, it's about to be lunchtime and more windows is going down.
You start getting real anxious. I know you too, because you're not outward with your shit, but inside, dog, it's an orchestra.
In my mind, well, because that's the thing. Like, I like moving around and I can't move. Like, I'm sitting here like, I'm going to miss some steps. I ain't ate yet.
Were you walking around inside?
Nah, you couldn't. That shit was like fucking twerk that circa 2011.
Yeah.
And but that was the thing. I had planned for like a 3-hour thing, not like a 5-6 hour thing. And I was like, damn, because I ain't never had my social security card before, so I don't know what they were talking about.
Oh, you've never had a social?
I've never had one. And they're like, yeah,
I made it 30 years without one.
I've always made it with a birth certificate.
You really don't need it for shit other.
That's what I'm saying. I don't be going nowhere. I don't be doing nothing.
Wait, but you know your number?
No. Oh, my social security number, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I was about to say. Yeah.
I've been working half my life. I know my social security.
Illegal Irish? That's wild, man.
But, yeah, so they're like, yeah, I guess when your mom applied for the card, there's only this one name on there, which makes sense because I'm like, yo, where did this other name come from that I learned like 20 years down the road? I'm like, oh, yeah, you got 2 middle names. But the thing is, when I
what'd you need the card for?
I didn't need the card. I needed my name on the card to match.
But you ended up getting a card.
My passport.
Did you get a card that day?
It's still in the mail.
But you're getting a card, though. Because I was about to say, that's not an experience that I would want to do twice, dog. So it's like, yo, give me everything.
This was the worst thing. Because I've done a couple walk-in on the DMVs, and it wasn't no 5-6 hours.
It's still bad. It's bad enough for me to be like, an hour at the DMV is annoying.
No, it's annoying, but like, shit.
You know what I equivalent the DMV being? It's like, being at the DMV is being like the train station. You're going to get some people from some low socioeconomic backgrounds in there, and then you're going to get the ritzy type, right? Because sometimes people take that mode of travel to get to their place because of like it makes sense because of traffic and shit. That is a weird group to have mixed together. Like when I go to the airport, I feel like everybody here, we spent our top dollars, so we're going to act our best behavior. But over there, it's like, yo, some people are doing this out of necessity and convenience. And when you mix those two together,
well, that's the same with Social Security office because you're not always just going there for your card.
Yeah, yeah.
You got disability.
Nothing says that, hey, look, my money can't do shit, but a natural disaster
you got
and government offices, right? I don't give a shit how much money you get, big dog. You're in trouble.
So I'm glad I don't deal with the public like that.
Because how many people, like where you, but where you work at, how many people of higher socioeconomic backgrounds you deal with? They still come around in bunches? Just because they don't want to take care of grandma on their dime?
I don't deal with the public.
But I'm saying, but
like the people who apply for
yeah.
it, it's mostly low because a lot of people use it as like a term of like last resort. Like I need some type of money coming in. This is what I'm gonna do. But then you gotta. But every now and then you'll be like, oh, like we've gotten a couple of celebrities where I'm like, is that who I think it is? Oh, that's right. Oh, they wouldn't take care of their money. Like I've gotten a couple. I've seen a professional boxer.
Oh, that makes sense.
A football player.
When you break the brick down for like what boxing winnings are, bro, a lot of your money goes to your training.
It was like a name too.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but most of them are broke. Shit, Mike Tyson is broke.
He's not broke no more.
Well,
he went broke. But he's
Terrell Owens is broke.
Yeah.
I seen his house like, yo, that shit is on Manzana. He was there. I was like, yo, that's off Manzana. Now he over there fighting at basketball courts and shit. So, all right, man, hit my hand claps.
I don't like the T.O. slander.
He's a great guy. He still runs a 4.5. I don't have much to say about him because if he wanted to
the fact that you only have much to say, but the only thing you're gonna say is he lives on Manzana is crazy.
That is crazy. There's nothing wrong with that. Fun facts. Fingerprints of koalas are similar to humans, so much so that crime scenes have been mistaken for humans at times.
Yeah, when I learned that, I said, "Oh, I definitely got my defense."
Can't say it on here now, though. It's gone down. Hey, he said on that pod on episode, I don't even know what episode we on now.
146.
There we go. See, there's the tangibles. You may not help me clean the room, but you know exactly what the episode is. Fucking with you. I ain't gonna hold that over your head too long. The average, you gonna love this. This is your bag. You're gonna really start comparing yourself to the average person. The average person walks around the earth 3 times in their lifetime. The average person, assuming that you live to a certain number and you're moving around and shit like that. But what is that? About 8,000 miles is the equator circumference? Does the word circumference even go there? Yeah, that is the circumference.
It's way more than 8,000.
No, I want to say from here, if we went from the equator all the way around, I think it's like 8,000 miles. Look, we have Siri.
Yeah, maybe. I thought it was a little more
Siri,
than
what
that.
is the circumference of the Earth in miles? Not. Hey Siri, what's the equator in miles?
The length of the equator is about 40,000 kilometers.
All right, you're right.
Yeah, 3 times.
Where'd I get this $8,000 from?
Because you think, from here to New York it's 3,000. You got to do a few of those.
You sided with me a little bit though.
No, because I'm thinking because that's how much confidence he was exuding right now.
I see why she be like, I be lying too good sometimes. But like, I be believing it.
8,000 didn't seem right to me.
Yeah.
But I get see that one doesn't really. What they do with that stat is they usually give me something like not steps, because I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like, oh yeah, I walked that much, and that's kind of crazy to think about. Anytime I hear about the circumference of the Earth stat, they do it for something like environmentally unfriendly. Did you know the amount of plastic bottles made per day can go from the Earth to the moon and back twice? And I'm like, oh shit.
You got me.
It'd take 8 days to get to the moon.
Bro?
No, it'd take like 4, I think.
Oh yeah, that's a long time. Well, that's nonstop, right? No gas station and shit like that. Like
to the moon, yeah.
Yeah.
Not too many gas stations.
If you had a rest stop though, that should be kind of crazy. Where my brain takes me. Cotton candy was invented by a dentist and was called fairy floss.
Yeah.
Now this is some government shit to me, right? like you go out there, like you make the one thing, candy and shit like that, that's gonna harm me to come right back to you.
No, I just think people, that's just what we was on. We have several examples of that. Like Coca-Cola was originally medicine.
Yeah.
Stuff of that nature. Where
I was gonna say, if he pull a second one off, that'd be crazy with no prep. Oh man.
No, there was
going for 30.
Just how like doctors were smoking cigarettes in the office.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Yeah, that is another one. I'll give you that one.
It's just like, as you get more knowledge in front of you, that's why you got to switch. That's why some of these like anti-vaxxers, they'll be like, why are they always switching up this and that? Like, well, science is all theory. Science is never 100% true.
No.
Science is, we carry out a theory and we test it so much that we're pretty certain that, hey, if I throw this fucking ball up, it's going to come down. Now, you think that's scientific fact, but it's all theory that we can just go, oh.
Yeah, because if something happens that we don't know about.
There's every now and then we run into something like, well, usually nothing on Earth, but
I still believe in God.
We run into some shit outside in space. We're like, yo, that shit's a little different. Where the fuck did that come from? Because every day, more and more, we're seeing a little bit more.
We are the first species on this planet to be able to understand what's going on.
Like, we see the microwave of what the universe looks like to a certain extent, only to where the light shows out, and we see like, oh, that's not real. Or even like when we talk about like the ocean, we've only explored 5% of the ocean here. There's a lot of probably some wild shit going on underneath that we just don't know, and it doesn't make no sense.
You know what I never asked you? Do you believe in aliens?
Yes.
Oh shit.
I don't think they look like what they look like on TV.
You don't think like they're advanced life forms and shit? You think they? No,
I think they're advanced. I don't think they're the way we portray them on movies and shit.
Yeah, I seen this movie where they look like little pit bulls, but they still flew ships.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I'm just saying, like it could be a blob. Who knows what it could be? Like, yo, bro, it could be anything.
Yeah.
So, all right, the Hawaiian alphabet only has 12 letters.
Mm-hmm.
Now that got me because, I just recently went to Hawaii, but it's an oral language. So a lot of it is, phonetic, which makes sense to me in that regard. But reading that shit on the teleprompter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't do that again.
Like how you,
that's appropriate.
How you make that make, but the same thing with like, there's only like 12 drum pattern or sounds. Like, oh, you think about all the beats and shit.
That's funny that you said that. I was thinking R&B is only like, there's only so many pockets you can get into.
Right. So.
Or keys and shit like that. I mean, like all that shit. The human brain is more active sleep than watching TV.
Yeah.
Now, you remember your last dream?
No. Yes. No. Damn it! It was like, damn. I thought I remembered it like 2 hours ago.
So you knew what it was. I don't remember dreaming, bro.
I never really remember dreaming because I don't usually get to that point deep enough in sleep to dream like that.
Your kids tell you they have bad dreams?
All the time.
See, I think there's something that we're doing to ourselves, which may be into this next one that I'm about to get on. That's going to change my perspective of things. But like, I think that there's something that we're doing to ourselves that's making us like get to this point.
Heroin?
No, I've never tried heroin in my entire life. The average person spends 5 years of their life on social media. So I feel like we're always constantly in motion as a society. Not even just now. It's always been like this, right? Like the more I think about it, we have come a long way. We are just beings, or people that have always just been in motion, heading to this point. So there's always been shit to do, right? It's just that the abundance of it is now here at this stage in the game.
Yeah, that number seems that seems like a newer number they're just now kind of putting together. That number is going to increase a lot.
Oh, absolutely. I feel, bro, like I said, I still be interested in asking people to pull up their Instagram stats because my numbers are probably up a little bit too. I haven't checked since I started bringing that up, but I've noticed that my increase has been up. But usually I spend most of my time like in the evening times doing it. It's not a daytime thing. I'm still a nighttime scroller. So I don't got nothing else. I wanted to just start off with a warm-up, see how long my back lasted in this chair. There are some adjustments that I am going to have to make. So let's get to the 3 cheers. My elbow is screaming right now from this position, but I'll make it work no matter what. Oh, we did normal time. We good.
Oh, you need the hand clap?
Yes.
Situated.
You got any 3 cheers you need to get off?
Yeah. My girl, my girl Nisha, she got her own app out now.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it was a few
years.
Stop
hating.
A few years in. Yeah. So
what is it about? I need to know.
She's all on her her workout regimen. It's like a full-fledged health.
I can support that. Cool. Yeah.
Full-fledged health and wellness app.
What's
it's called
the name of it?
Organik Fit, and that's organic with a K at the end, not a C.
You have to send me that so I can.
Yeah. So we put it in the show notes or whatever. But she out there. I mean, she's a professional chef, so she does meal prepping and stuff.
She's smart. She's smart for that.
She does meal prepping, but she's also like, health. She does health and wellness all throughout. So she'll do like workout regimens depending on your body type, stuff like that. She'll do coaching, one-on-one calls and stuff like that. And for what she be charging for some of the subscriptions for the amount of time she putting in, I'm like, you sure you don't want to charge a little more? That seemed like, if you scale too big, that's gonna take you out
Probably
of here.
Gotta get some subscribers first. Do us like how Disney did us. They raised the price on us.
Well, yeah, you got to corner the market first. You know what she's doing. But yeah, just kind of out of nowhere, I know she's been working on it a long time, and now it's here, and so go run that shit up.
Absolutely. All right, we out here. I didn't have no 3 cheers, so that was for you.
Organik Fit.
Organik Fit. Do they have a website?
ORG.
Or she got a Instagram or something like that?
Oh yeah, her Instagram is where's that underscore at though? Underscore run it up Nisha. We gotta put that in show notes. I don't know where the underscore is.
Yeah,
at,
check the episode notes and check the YouTube notes. I'll definitely make sure you just send it to me so that I have a little reminder later on.
Fuck it, man. I thought I had a second to think of
it's all good. Well, we're podcasters, man. We always make things to think about. Hey, you got fly swatters in your house while you do that?
Fly swatters?
Yeah.
I got the electric tennis racket.
Look at you. Look, brand new. Them shit's been there this whole time. That's crazy. But yeah, but look at me finding topics off the fly. And we out.